In 2021, the NASCAR Cup Series took to the Indianapolis road course for two reasons. One, the oval was shit and in poor attendance, although in 2020, that's a little unfair. Two, Chase Elliott was good on a fucking road course.
Breaking news, Chase Elliott's good on fucking road courses. What are you talking about?
Since the dawn of the Planet of the Next Gen, Chase Elliott has failed to win on a road course. And now, everybody wants to go back to the oval.
Coincidence? I think not!
I never wanted to leave. They also moved the restart zone because of turn 1.
Hey there folks, thank you so much again for joining us for yet another episode of NASCAR Cup Dates. He's Elliot and I'm Dan, and we are going to break down the events of the Indianapolis Roval that just occurred this weekend. So, did it live up to the hype and expectations that this race set before, or did it set the foundation for the standard Indianapolis racetrack to return next year? I personally feel it was the latter. This race was a very cut and dry experience with one very early caution occurring near to the start of the race, and from there it was as most road course races, in my opinion, should be. You're not having a lot of the stage breaks and it's not as caution driven. This was a standard issue road race, which I'm a big fan of, but I know a lot of the NASCAR faithful are not as such. If this track leaves the circuit, it'll open up a whole new avenue for future road courses, which, honestly, I wouldn't mind. This week, we also had a massive amount of countries represented, a ton of international drivers partaking in this new next-gen car experience. SVG coming back, finishing extremely well. A lot of other drivers not performing as well as he did, but they definitely did fantastic in their own rights. But without further ado, let's get to it.
In the race, Kamui Kobayashi spun, but kept going. We didn't actually take all that long to have a caution until Justin Haley went straight off at turn 5 and smacked the tyre barriers. Then on the restart, Joey Logano forgot he had to brake and just slammed into the back of Ryan Blaney. Michael McDowell took the lead from Daniel Suarez and put himself on top of all bubble drivers, including Chase Elliott. McDowell won the stage and then a few laps later pitted with Daniel Suarez right behind him. Just look at how he closed that gap in the pits. Fair play. He actually took the lead in the pits and all. Wouldn't have happened if he didn't do that. I can guarantee it. Now, I did miss something between AJ Allmendinger and Ryan Blaney, but it looked like Allmendinger tagged Blaney and Blaney just told him to fuck off and sent him around. Denny Hamlin stayed out and won stage 2, then decided to pit. Suarez punted Chase Elliott out the way, and that put him about 3 seconds back behind McDowell. And, right, I'll be honest, this video is very heavy on the three of them because there weren't much happening. It was more a case of having a nice day where not many cautions happened and we just enjoyed a decent full-length race without any stage breaks. I really enjoyed it. I really had fun. It has been a nice refreshment, just full-length races. We could do this in the future, you know. Chase Elliott just kept cutting down Michael McDowell's lead. But then it picks up again, straight away. So I don't know. I really couldn't tell you who wins this one. Todd Gilliland smacked the wall, and I'm not quite sure how, but because I was out of the room when it happened. So, the international drivers really had a shitty day. Gibbo was running well, but the rest of them, I mean, Brody was climbing, but really just struggling, you know, the invitationals, as we call them. Stenhouse just ploughed Kobayashi. Why? Where did that get him? He actually had some issues with Jenson Button, which he spun him out about turn 7? Turn 7. And then Jenson, on the next lap, just sent it and ploughed Stenhouse out the way. And I respect that from a guy that's come for Formula 1.
In a star-studded lineup of cars and entries this week, One driver that never fails to disappoint is Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Danica Patrick's ex is back at it again, living up to the nickname of Ricky Spinhouse. This man frosted the flakes of 2 of the international drivers. It was so bad that even the announcers are saying, man, he's only got a few more to go before he takes out all of them. That was a very, very rough showing for the Daytona 500 race winner from this year. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. was never my favorite driver in the field. I never wished ill of him, and I hope he does extremely well. But his road course racing leaves much to be desired.
But Chase Elliott just clawed away at that lead. He's less than a second behind. What the fuck? By the time they crossed the finish line, it was Michael McDowell taking the win. And a little fun fact for you is that both Michael McDowell wins as a Chase Elliott as runner-up. Pretty good, I know. Ford, actually, are in a stride right now. Ford have won the last 3 in a row. And that was compared to winning 2 all season before Chris Buescher decided he was the boss.
Now it's time for Dan's Strong Opinions.
And now on to one of my personal favorite segments of the video, Dan's Strong Opinions. This is where I get to come to you and tell you what strong opinions I have from this week. What strong opinions do I have? Well, I gotta be honest, this level of road course racing, this style, this format, I love it. This is a stellar experience for the drivers, and it might not be so much for the fans, but this is what road course racing is. Just because that it wasn't as much of an entertaining race doesn't mean that it was any less of a quality driver's race. I don't think this is a format that we need to give up on. People now are starting to adapt to the stage formats where you throw the caution, you reset the field, and sure, it's more fun for the fans. But is it as good of a racing experience? I don't think so. Look, I'm going to be honest with you. I want this format to stay. I don't want it to go. And going forward, I think we just need to bite the bullet and expect sometimes there's going to be some snooze fests, sometimes there's going to be some bangers. Watch a few 90s races, see what I mean? You may see more of these than you think. These are my opinions. I'm sticking to them.
Alright, moving on to picks, and Gibbo got me a top 10 ahead of AJ Allmendinger, who had a horrible day, so I get to go first. We are picking for Watkins Glen, and I am going to shoot for the hip and say Ty Gibbs. That's right, bringing the rookie to me.
So my pick, the Dinger, got dung. Didn't do as well as I hoped he would. Road course ringer, not bringing it home for me. But that being said, we are going to the Glen next week. Any road course ringers to look out for there? Sure there are. But I have to go with a tried and true winner at this track, and someone who has a lot riding on this race. My pick for this weekend is Chase Elliott. Look, he has not performed as well on road courses in this new next-gen car as he did on the last-gen car. That's academic at this point. However, he is consistently in the top 5 and in a position to win it every time we go to road courses. That's what it appears to me. That's what I think I'm seeing on the track, and I honestly believe that Chase Elliott is going to be a threat. Watch out for the 9 car this weekend. I think he's got what it takes to get it done and possibly punch his ticket going into the playoffs. And once again, that'll wrap up another fantastic week of NASCAR Cup dates and yet another fantastic race weekend. Elliott, as always, pleasure to be here with you. Love the show, and I love you folks out there. Without you guys out there, we wouldn't be able to keep on doing what we do, and we want to do it more. The more of you, the better. Well, hop on down. We want to have a lot more fun with you. Give us a like, give us a share, give us a follow, give us a subscribe. Look, I hate having to say it, but it does help the channel. Every click, every share, every word of mouth conversation is what drives us to continue to do what we do. Guys, love the show, love the weekend. Want Watkins Glen to be a fantastic outing. Everyone, thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. You folks, have a good night.
Cheers.